Let's now get into our conversation for tonight. And this evening, we shall be discussing the key takeaways from the president's speech. Let's get the perspective of Honorable Oghene Egoh. He's a former member of the House of Representatives, 8th and 9th Assemblies, also a former member, ECOWAS Parliament. Honorable, good evening to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on Politics Tonight.
Yeah. Good evening, madam. I'm happy to be with you once more to talk about the president's speech.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, in the nationwide address on Sunday, the president highlighted his economic reforms, fiscal improvements, infrastructure development, oil and gas sector revival. He also talked about compressed natural gas initiative. What are your key takeaways from that speech?
Well, I have about 15 key takeaways. Okay. When I heard the speech at the first time, I heard people criticizing the president that he did not talk on it and that people are hungry, etc., etc. But I reread the speech over and over again, and I found out that it's a very great speech. For instance, for the first time, the president revealed to us that when he came into office, 97% of our revenue will be used to service debt. No country can live like that. It's like saying you are earning 100,000 naira, and when the money comes, 97,000 is removed. You only use 3,000 to take care of yourself. It's not possible. Or a state has 1 billion naira a month to take care of its expenses. Out of the 1 billion, only 30 billion naira is available for them. The remaining was used to pay them. How do you pay your workers? How do you take care of your people? So we now understand why the president decided to remove the oil subsidy, which he said was feeding other nations and also helping to drain our economy. In other words, much of the 97% of our revenue was going to pay for fuel subsidy. So under that circumstance, the president did well. But my only problem is that the president would have told us, the nation, what the problem was. Again, through the speech, we now know that the president has to pay $5 billion of debts was left behind. And to pay $5 billion of debt that have been accumulating for several years in less than 1 year, you know, the dollar must surely go up. So I know the price will stabilize, but the $5 billion that the president declared to make Nigeria credit worthy, you know, is worth it. And that's why the dollar is up.
All right. We
are now knowing that. Another issue is that the president have now told us that by the actions too, the debt servicing ratio is being reduced to 60-something% by state. That shows that there will be lot of money to carry out a lot of other projects. The president also talked about the CNG initiative. He said CNG initiative, the price of servicing debt will come further lower, and that with the CNG initiative, at least 60% of the cost of transport will come down. That will make this tough for the common man, you know. And by the time the CNG initiative takes its full hold in 1 or 2 years' time, the amount of money the federal government will be spending on services or debt will become so low that there will now be a lot of money to carry out infrastructure. So with those things, I think that we need to praise the president. Well, we agree that things are bad, there's hunger, but the president is not. He also talked about the student loans, where 46.6 billion, you know, is already being processed.
All right. Honorable, let me come in here.
We're talking about...
Honorable, let me come in here. And I'd like you to help us put this conversation into proper perspective. You know, because there are those who are saying Nigerians are very impatient due to years of bad governance. And that it's very unfortunate that President Tinubu is now on board to take the heat. But looking at some of these policies, the initiatives the president has talked about, holistically, in what way or another do they directly impact the people?
Well, yeah, they have direct impact, because if parents who were paid school will pay, now the students now have this loan, 45% is provided for it. It's great. And then besides that, 50 billion of money recovered by EFCC from corrupt politicians is also plowed into it. You see, the effect may not come the same day, but in the next few months to come, so many students would have been able to access this loan, and it makes things easier for a lot of Nigeria. The thing is that the things the president have done is to correct mistakes that have been done for over 20 years. And it is so easy, you know, to just wipe away all those ones at once. The president have gone further to provide 200 billion for credit scheme. In other words, it would not be like people abroad. You can go to a shop, buy something, and then you can pay later. Meanwhile, the government will be bearing the bill. 200 billion. Nobody has ever done it. My only appeal is that we should allow a bit of time, allow the president some time for all